Long ago, before time was counted and before humans walked the earth, there was no such thing as death. The world was not yet complete, life had not begun, and so the end of life was not yet part of creation. But all of that changed with one single choice. In the beginning, the first man, Adam, was created and placed in a perfect garden. This place, known as Eden, was peaceful and without pain. It was a gift. But when Adam and Eve disobeyed God and took from the tree that had been forbidden to them, they introduced something new into the world, a sin. And with sin came the consequence that had never existed before: death. From that moment, death became a reality for all of humanity. Humans would no longer live forever. Instead, they would be born, grow old, and eventually die. And because death was now part of the world, someone had to be responsible for carrying out this new part of the human journey. But not just any angel could be given this task. Among the many angels in the heavens, there were warriors like Michael, messengers like Gabriel, and other angels who performed special duties. Each had a role. But the task of bringing death, of ending life and guiding souls to the next world, was something different. It required courage, obedience, and an unusual kind of strength, the strength to do what no one else would want to do. So God gave a command. He asked his angels to go to the earth and collect the dust from which Adam would be formed. This dust would be used to create the first human body, the vessel for a soul. One by one, the archangels were sent to complete this task. Some sources say that Michael tried, but the earth cried out and asked him not to take its soil. Others say Gabriel approached the earth and felt compassion for it, leaving it untouched. Each time the angel returned to God without the dust, unable or unwilling to carry it away. Then God sent Azrael. At that time, Azrael was not yet the angel of death. He was simply one among the angels, faithful, obedient, and silent. But when he was sent, Azrael went to the earth and did what none of the others would do. He gathered the dust, even as the earth wept and begged to be left alone. Some stories say that Azrael spoke to the earth and promised to return the dust in time. Others say he said nothing at all. What mattered most was that he completed the mission and brought the dust back to God, and with that single act, everything changed. Azrael had proven something that none of the others had. He had shown that he could carry out the most difficult task without delay, without complaint, and without letting emotions stand in the way. Because of that, God gave him a role unlike any other. Azrael would become the one responsible for the beginning and the end. He would be the one to guide the soul from its creation to its final moment in the body, and then carry it beyond. From that point on, Azrael was no longer just an angel. He became Malak al-Maut, the angel of death. Azrael's success in collecting the dust from earth was a sign that he alone could bear the weight of death. No other angel had the heart to do it. It was not because they were weak, but because the role was too heavy, and the name Azrael, meaning help of God in Hebrew, became linked with this function to help the soul cross from this life to whatever came next. So yes, Azrael is known across Islamic and Jewish traditions as the angel of death, but his work is much more than simply ending life. His main responsibility is to separate the soul from the body at the appointed time of death. But taking a soul is only part of what he does. In both religious texts and oral traditions, Azrael is described as a psychopomp, a being whose role is to guide souls from the physical world into the afterlife. He doesn't just end the connection between body and soul. He helps carry that soul forward, beyond this life, toward whatever awaits on the other side. That journey might lead to peace, reward, or judgment, but Azrael's task is to make sure it begins. He is the one who opens that door. According to several traditions, Azrael carries a divine scroll or record, sometimes described as a book, on which the names of all human beings are written. When a person is born, their name is added to this list. When they die, their name is erased. The scroll represents the ongoing awareness Azrael has over all living people. He does not act based on emotion or personal judgment. He waits for the moment when the scroll tells him it is time. This scroll shows that Azrael's job is deeply connected to destiny. He does not randomly appear, nor does he choose who dies and when. He only acts when God gives him the command. This is an important part of his nature. Unlike the rebellious angel Lucifer, or even the warrior Michael who leads battles on God's behalf, Azrael is completely obedient. He does not act on his own. He serves a specific function that only activates when the divine will calls for it. And yet, even though he does not act independently, Azrael's reach is unlike any other angel in existence. While other angels might protect, deliver messages, or fight in certain places and times, Azrael's task applies to every single living being on earth. No matter where someone lives, what language they speak, or what they believe, every soul eventually passes through Azrael's care. From ancient times to the present, from the tallest mountains to the deepest cities, Azrael's responsibility never ends. That alone sets him apart from other angels. There's another part of his duty that is just as fascinating. Azrael does not always appear in person. In fact, many traditions teach that he often sends lesser angels to carry out his work. These assistants, sometimes called the angels of death in plural form, follow his direction and are involved in collecting the souls of the dead. These angels may be gentle or terrifying, depending on the life a person lived and the destiny that awaits them. This system shows us something important. Azrael is not just a servant, but a leader. He is in charge of an entire network of spiritual beings whose task is to help him maintain balance across the world. In some interpretations, these assisting angels take on more responsibility in times of war, disaster, or mass death, where Azrael's reach must extend quickly across many lives. In other moments, he may come personally, especially to saints, prophets, or people whose lives carried special meaning. And while many fear him, others view him as a necessary part of existence. Without Azrael, there would be no end. Without the end, there could be no new beginning. His task is there simply to ensure that the great cycle continues, exactly as it was designed to. Azrael was trusted with one of the most important responsibilities in all of creation, bringing every soul from life to death. To carry out such a task, he needed more than obedience. He needed a level of power that no other angel possessed. And that's exactly what ancient texts suggest. Descriptions of Azrael's true form go far beyond anything we see in depictions of other angels. According to various Islamic sources, Azrael's appearance is so vast, so overwhelming, that it cannot even be compared to the human form. He is said to have 4 faces, each one allowing him to look in a different direction: north, south, east, and west. This detail shows that Azrael is always watching, always aware of what is happening in every part of the world. But his faces are just the beginning. Azrael is also described as having 4,000 wings. These are not like the wings shown in paintings or stories where angels appear as glowing humans with feathers. His wings are said to stretch across realms. Some are wings of grace, associated with peace, mercy, and the escorting of righteous souls. Others are wings of punishment, terrifying in their appearance and function. These wings are said to be made of iron rods, sharp hooks, and heavy scissors to cut and tear. These wings are reserved for souls marked by sin, and they reflect a different side of death, one that brings fear rather than peace. And then there's the size. Some Islamic scholars, such as Ibn Jafar al-Wa'idh and others who wrote classical commentaries, described Azrael as having 70,000 feet or limbs. Each one is said to serve a purpose, connected to his ability to interact with countless souls simultaneously. These numbers are used to explain how one being can carry out his task across every nation, every people, every person. His form is beyond what the human mind can imagine, and it must be, because his job spans all of Earth.